Hello everyone, and welcome back to another session of Tips from the Trenches. As always, it's good to be with you. In our session today, we are going to look at one of the symptoms of dementia that is particularly challenging for caregivers: apathy. Now, apathy is unfortunately a common dementia symptom, and it occurs predominantly in people with vascular dementia. So what exactly is apathy? Apathy is when a person loses interest in the things around them and they don't seem to care about it. So this can often be activities that they really enjoy doing in the past and brought them great pleasure. It can also be that they find it difficult to start a task or complete one. They also can have difficulty with relationships. They don't seem interested in people anymore, and even those close to them. So as you can imagine, that can be very hurtful and challenging for family and friends. For people living with dementia, it is so important that they're able to initiate activities of living, because this is closely linked to the well-being of the caregiver. And so therefore it's important for everyone involved that we do address apathy. So in order to do this, I'd like us to first look at some myths around apathy. And the first one is, you know what? She's just not doing the household chores anymore and she doesn't seem to care. I just think it's laziness. Well, the fact is, it's not a choice. It isn't because she doesn't care, it's because she can't care. Very important to realize that. There are physiological changes that are taking place in the brain due to the damage caused by the dementia. And these are in the areas that we use to self-initiate things. That part of the brain that drives us, gives us our drive and our motivation. With people with dementia, and especially, like I said, in vascular dementia, these areas are being damaged. So unfortunately, this, again, as I mentioned, is a very common dementia symptom, and it can actually even precede memory issues. So another myth is, he's just sitting there in that chair all day. Do you think he's depressed? Well, apathy can often be misdiagnosed as depression, but there are some differences between apathy and depression. So for a person with depression, they're usually sad and they don't find much happiness in anything. What they do experience is guilt, hopelessness, worthlessness, and often they are thinking about or expressing that they want to die. With a person with apathy, they don't care about what's happening around them. However, if you do get them to get involved in activity, they can really enjoy being in that moment. Now, it's not uncommon for people to both be experiencing depression and apathy. And again, as I've always encouraged you, if you are concerned about your person, please don't hesitate to get in touch with your healthcare provider. So what can we do about apathy? What are some of the strategies we can use? First of all, you want to try to find out why the person that's suffering with apathy is not able to do their usual activities. So possibly it is that they have forgotten how to do the activity, or they've forgotten to do the activity. Now, a good strategy here is to try to set up an easy daily routine. A person with apathy finds it easier to do an activity if it becomes a habit. Another strategy is to break down the task into smaller steps. Possibly the task is now just too complicated for them, and it's in order for them to be successful, you want to make that task, simplify that task, break it down into smaller steps. And another great strategy that people have used and have told me that works really well is sometimes all you need to do is to help them to get started with the activity, and then they take over, and that can be a good strategy to use. Another good strategy is, how do you present an activity? How do you ask a question? Well, instead of asking something like, would you like to walk the dog with me? You could try saying to the person, oh, it's 2 o'clock, it's time for Sadie to get her walk. Here's your shoes, I'll go get her ready. And so using incentives instead of asking questions. So in that case, it was Sadie the dog that was an incentive, but possibly it could be their favorite food, their favorite music, a grandchild. You know your person best, and so you want to use something that you know that might motivate them. Once again, it needs to be stated that this is a very challenging symptom, and you may try different strategies and they may not always work, or you may have good intentions of trying the strategies but you feel very frustrated, losing your patience, and that is normal. As I said, this is not a journey that you want to do on your own, and so I really want to encourage you to reach out, to join a support group, speak to a friend, but don't try to do this on your own. And so as we near the end of this session, let's talk a little bit more about Sadie the dog. So more and more studies are providing us with some encouraging results about the many health benefits of owning a dog or a cat. So studies show that pets can help reduce the risk of dementia. So the risk factors of dementia can be reduced by owning a pet. What the research results show us is that they reduce depression, anxiety, stress, they lower blood pressure, they increase physical activity, they decrease social isolation. And so once again, not only will this benefit those of us who are trying to reduce our dementia risk, it will also help those people that are living with dementia. And so you'd never want to underestimate the benefits of our loyal and loving pets. So once again, thank you for your time. If you found this video beneficial, please do like it, share it. As always, I want to wish you peace, I want to wish you strength, and I want to wish you moments of joy. Until next time.